Okay, this is an 8-foot Waterquest Aruba 8 kayak. I'm going to try to do some modifications today on this. This is a great kayak, but I'm limited to what I could do when I go crabbing. There's hardly any room to put anything in, so I'm going to do some simple modifications. First of all, I'm going to put these 1/4-inch eye-rings. I'm going to drill 2 holes here. These are going to be added so I could attach a net or some drop bait. Also, I'm also going to add a couple rings, nylon rope rings here, so that'll be used for attachment. This kayak didn't come with a storage compartment, so I intend to take this off. I'm going to Dremel this off and start to use this for storage. It looks like I'll get about 2 cubic feet. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to start by using a Dremel. I'm going to take this off and I'll be right back. Okay, I just got done drilling out the hole for the cargo area. I used this Dremel cutting tool. After I cut it, I noticed that the cuts were very rough. And this is how I cut it. I did some cuts like this. I cut a 5 1/4 diameter hole, and it came out pretty good. But to finish it off, I used a Dremel sanding wheel to smooth this out a little bit. What I plan to do here is to put a cylinder, some kind of a cylinder that I could also use for storage. Okay, I also drilled out my holes and put my eye-rings in. These are going to be used to hold the net or some drop line bait. I'll be back in a second to show you that part. Now I'm back. I found an old net, so I drilled some holes through it. Got some carabiners from the dollar store, and they attach right to my eye-rings. I also attach a drop line, crabbing drop line on that carabiner. Next step I'm going to do is mount some kind of a crab trap mount, and I'll be back in a little bit to discuss that. Okay, I'm back. I found a cylinder that I could use that's going to fit inside this compartment. This will be used for storage purposes. I got some rope in there. I can put some water bottles. And this has a cap that goes right on it. So it's an old whiskey container. So that's part of my storage compartment. This little fishing pole also will fit in there. I have this little Berkeley rig that I could use. Put down in there in the cargo area. And I got my container, cargo hold, and there you are so far. That's part of my conversion. It's almost done. Now I'm going to mount a crab trap holder on the back. So I'll be back with that in a second. It's an electric fan cover that fits perfectly on the back of the kayak. And that's where we're going to mount my crab traps after I figure a way how I can get it on. What I plan to do, I drilled 2 holes, 2 1/4-inch holes, and I have a piece of plexiglass that I found. I'm going to use that as a spacer so I don't crack the plastic. Anyway, this is going to go similar to this. This is going to fit on there and bolt on there, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I have my crab trap bracket on. All I have to do now is get these crab traps. Get the crab traps up, put them on the bracket. Fit perfectly. I'm going to use a bungee cord to hold them on. And there you go. There's the crab trap holder. There's my Crabyak. I'm going to use a small bucket for the crabs when I catch them, and I'm all going to be all set to go. Tomorrow I'm going to test it out So I will be back with my video about my Crabyak. Okay, this is my homemade kayak rack that fits on my 6-foot utility trailer. I've made it with a couple 2x4s and some noodles, plastic noodles. I drilled a couple holes through the cart sides and I mounted it 2/4 inch bolts with some wing nuts on it, and that was it. I also found an old rug that somebody threw out. I put that on the bottom of the cart. That's also going to prevent scratching. Okay, I'm going to go get my kayak and I'm going to mount it and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have my kayak on my utility cart. This is how it goes on. It's just tied down a little bit. It's secure. Now I'm going to get my gear ready and I'm going to go try some crabbing this afternoon. We'll see what happens. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I'm getting ready to go some crabbing. I just want to show you what kind of traps I use. These are basket traps. I'm going to mount 3 of them on my kayak. This one is called a drop line. Just drop it, pull it up real slow and use a net. While I'm out there also I do a little fishing. I have this little Berkeley fishing reel. Right now snapper blues are running in the bay. Maybe I'll catch a couple of those. Okay, I'll be back. This is the fish I usually use. I go usually at a bait store and get it. It's called bunker. It's a good bait for crabbing, but also you can also use chicken for crabbing. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I've baited my traps. I usually use the tail section on these baskets. And on the drop line I use the fish head that's left over. So I got 3 pieces of bunker tails and I'm getting ready to go. Okay, I'll be back. We'll be back at the bay. See you later. Time to go crabbing. Okay, here I am at the bay, getting ready. I'm out off Tuckerton, New Jersey. I'm going to go out there to some good crabbing spots. See what I could pick up today. Maybe a couple big ones. I have all my gear on. Crab traps are on. Got a waterproof box from my camera. And extra water bottles. I'm all set. Okay, see you later. Look for a good spot to go crabbing. See what I can find. Okay, I made it out to this little island spot. I got my 3 crab traps in. Tide's going to start coming in a little bit. Got 2 here and I got 1 over on that side where it's a little bit deeper. I'm going to check them out in a little while. Find out what we're going to do, how we do today. My car is way across the bay over there. If I can find it. There it is. Car's out that way. There it is. It's real nice today. South wind. Okay, see you later. Well, I came back in. I didn't have too good luck today. It was low tide. I caught a couple of real small crabs. New Jersey, they have to be 4.5 inches point to point, but I will go back again tomorrow or the next time. It was still fun using my Crabyak, and I'm sure I will get more use out of it. See you later. See you next time.